Hi, I'm Miles.
I'm Nick.
And we are going to be playing Metal Gear Survive.
Now, I have played about 6 hours of this so far. You have played more.
I'm easily 10 deep. Easily 10.
Easily 10.
Easily 10.
So we thought, look, we were debating this. We were like, let's just start from the beginning and it'll be really exciting. You don't want to do that because the beginning of this game is 35 minutes of just awful cutscenes.
So boring, man. It's
so
shit.
It's such a bad start. Holy shit, you made Snake.
I tried.
Snake.
I tried to make cool Snake, like Metal Gear Solid 4 Snake, where he's got a bad back and all that, but
Yep.
I think I shouldn't have done that, because now when I look at him, I'm like, oh, I miss Snake.
So we're gonna jump into the single player. You're gonna explain why I should continue playing this game.
Right, so I'm already, as I said, about 10-ish hours deep. I've spent most of that time playing multiplayer, which is the hottest tip you will ever receive when it comes to playing this game. The second you can play multiplayer, do it.
Do it.
Just don't even bother with the single player where you run around with your rusty pipe, like slowly stabbing creatures that take like 10 hits to kill.
How long until I can get rid of the pipe and craft a gun?
Well, it depends, Nick. It's how long about this long? Because with this game, when you go online, you are sometimes randomly bestowed a case with a weapon in it.
Yeah.
I have got a composite bow now, which kills most dudes in one hit.
Yep.
That has changed the game for me. Before that, it was the rusty pipe and the rusty machete, which are literally pointless.
This is still single player, right?
Yeah.
You don't have a gun in single player.
Oh, I do now, but like
okay.
as soon as I could go into multiplayer, I went straight there.
Yep.
And when you finish a mission in multiplayer, you get these like random boxes.
Yeah, right, okay.
And that's where the cool shit is.
Okay.
Because honestly, it is not worth running around.
And that stuff transfers over to single player.
100%.
Interesting.
Oh, there's so many menus.
Okay, so I know this stuff because this is your base. Who the hell is that?
Wow, we've got much to learn. We need all these things. All of these things are insanely useful. And this is where the game screws you, because you need all this intestinal medicine for when you drink bad food and shit.
From what I can tell about the story,
Yep.
you worked on Mother Base
Yep.
from the previous Metal Gear game.
Yep.
And then Snake abandoned you.
Well, he was so Big Boss was abandoned.
Sorry, Big Boss abandoned you.
He kind of abandoned you. So you're the soldier who saved the life of Big Boss and all the main characters.
Yeah, like you took the hit so they could get away.
Yeah.
And then a wormhole opens up above Mother Base.
Right.
And sucks you up. This is the same wormhole as when you used the Fulton device in the last Metal Gear, where you could parachute objects and people and corpses and stuff up into a wormhole.
Yep.
We're currently in the wormhole.
Yeah,
This is the alternate universe worm. This is the wormiverse.
Yeah,
if you will.
so right now we're in a place called Dite, which doesn't. I mean, none of this matters. Like it's such irrelevant nonsense to what like the Metal Gear universe is. But I mean, as nuts as the whole universe is. Anyway, this is Miranda. Miranda is a really snooty person who doesn't really want to be here, but she comes at you with all sorts of useful shit like that. It's incredible.
Is Miranda? Did she get sucked up into the wormhole?
Yeah, so lots of people get sucked in, and you're going to discover them eventually. And there's a similar base mechanic to Metal Gear Solid 5, where you have to like provide people with roles. They have a morale level. In this game, they have what do they call it? They call it motivation. And as you can see, Reeve is a miserable piece of shit.
That is an unmotivated butthead. That looks like Dan, our camera guy, right now. Dan's face is just not loving this at all.
Miranda's only mildly more motivated, and I'm like, dude.
If you click on that, that takes you to Destiny 2 multiplayer.
Oh, there you go. Wormhole digger. Oh no, we pressed a button, now the fight's gonna happen. Alright, so this is a part of the mission where we've collected all these pointless things, and eventually we're told that we can create a wormhole to take us back home. And only your character seems to not want to go. All these other dudes are like, yeah, let's get the fuck out of it. By activating this, we're gonna attract the attention of like every baddie in the whole world. Oh look, a wormhole. More wormholes. What the hell is that?
What is,
it's
just a little bubble.
Yeah. Okay.
It's okay.
So here is the primary antagonist of the game. These stupid, shitty-looking zombies. But I'm gonna rough them up, baby, because I'm Metal Gear Snake Man.
The game, for me, so far at least, has been pretty much entirely kind of like a wave mode, base building. You have access to fences and different things that you can build and defend yourself against the hordes of nightmares that are out there.
Yeah, and this is absolutely no different. I mean, really, all we're doing now is just shooting these animals in the face.
Boom!
Yeah, big shovel hit, and this guy...
Look at this idiot, he can't even jump.
Yeah, zombies don't jump. Anyway, so the mission at the moment is...
Is that canon? I've seen zombies jump.
Yeah, probably.
World War Z.
Oh, they jumped so...
Those motherfuckers jumped over the Jerusalem wall.
They were fluid as hell. So the mission objective here is to defend the wormhole for the wormhole stabilizer.
Is that not the objective mission for every one of these missions in this game? Here's the reason. Here's the reason we're looking at this, right? Because like we're ragging on a lot. You and I are Metal Gear fans.
Oh my God,
I'm a massive. I'm like a newer fan because I'm a massive fan of the last game and have grown to appreciate the old ones. But you've been OG since the OG.
I've got a Foxhound patch on my backpack.
You do. It's very lame.
It's not lame, it's cool.
It's very sad.
But I love these games, man. I adore these games to death. And that's why this game for me was like, do I really want to go near this?
This is made with the bones of the last Metal Gear.
If
that
that, dude.
Kojima left and Konami were like, we want to put out another Metal Gear game. So they took all the assets from the previous game, made a few new ones, and put together this like wave mode zombie. I mean, this feels like weird DLC for the last Metal Gear.
So we've got 4 minutes left of this shit. And this is what the game is mostly. It's just like holding off hordes of these dudes. And right now it's relatively easy because I've got a super duper bow. Lucky for me. But not everyone is going to have that. And that's what sucks about this game. I mean, Dan, who is also playing, is not too far off from where I am in the story, but his equipment is considerably less useful because he didn't get lucky.
He didn't get lucky with a... What is that thing?
That's the bomber. So what we're going to do is just...
Look at that sick silver jacket. It looks like Jamiroquai. That's a Jamiroquai hat right there. Jamiroquai! I like me some weird Japanese, right?
Oh my god, so much.
The Metal Gear storyline, because I came into it late, there's parts of it I appreciate, but a lot of it I'm just like, this is all just pretentious wank. I'm waiting for Death Stranding so I can start fresh. But what I adored about 5 was the gameplay. It was just, it had such a beautiful gameplay loop. The sort of open world nature, coming in, stealthing up, attacking a camp, getting everyone, Fultoning corpses out, getting out without being spotted, right? That loop felt great, and the controls, once I got my hands around them, then I loved the way that everything shot, I loved the way that the equipment worked. In theory, this should all be the same, because it's using the same engine, it's the same game, it's just kind of reskinned.
So, yeah.
Are you getting the same sense of satisfaction from the gameplay, even though, like, the actual mechanical gameplay, even though the mission design is, like, so far we've just killed Jamiroquai and his groupies?
It's not as refined as MGS5. Like, the MGS5, oh my god. MGS5 had a really distinctive feel. Like, it was very, very clean. All the systems in place were really cool, like the base building mechanics, the weapon upgrade system, all of that stuff worked seamlessly. Like I was never lost as to what I needed to do or confused as to how to upgrade something. It was all good. This game is not as clear as that in every sense. Like it's just, to build an arrow, it's not that clear cut. It's like we need multiple materials. You also need to, there's like 2 different ways to do that. So you can get screws and wood, or you can get a piece of wood and a piece of steel. And it's like, there's just too many things
Oh, you can use multiple different things to make the same thing?
Yeah, but it's really not intuitive to work out how to do that. Oh my god, they're destroying my wormhole digger.
You have to get over there.
I'm going, but the sprinting takes a while, and I'm thirsty now because I've been fighting. Fighting drains your thirst meter.
The thing I have not wrapped my head around yet is the sprint meter, because it seems to get, you have half your sprint left and suddenly my man gets puffed. Yeah, you're completely on the floor, and like nothing beats a Londoner, but like everything beats your dude here. All the Metal Gear things are there, like backstabbing folks and whatnot, but then there's zombies. And what's the deal with the zombies? They're not even that fun to fight, as you can see. Yeah, Kojima would never put something as unbelievable as a zombie in his game.
I genuinely miss that Metal Gear madness.
Yeah,
like,
okay, so
this isn't
have you
weird.
found any of the weird shit besides zombies? Because so far all I've run into is zombies the whole time.
Well, there's like the big fat guys that blow up. There's something called crawlers apparently, which are like big tarantula things. But like I'm expecting weirder from Metal Gear.
Yeah.
I'm expecting like nanomachines, and I'm expecting psychics, and I'm expecting fiery men.
Like a baby that comes down and births other babies, and the babies are like zergling babies. Yeah. And then they swarm you, and then that baby rapidly develops and ages into an old person who then gives birth to a bunch of old people, and the old people become the Zerglings, and then the old people eat the young babies and revert back to more powerful feti baby.
But the twist is the feti baby is your dad. And the wormhole's closed. And it's just not as crazy as I want it to be. And Kojima's sitting in his like ivory tower made of like little like hexagons, the millions of hexagons and like cool stealth guards at the front door, and he's just like, this is shit.
To generate a wormhole home, we must obtain a higher purity crystallized energy.
The other side of the game is basically surviving and collecting and scavenging shit that you need for the base. So like, we got no food right now.
Yep.
And we're going to get hungry eventually, and we have to dip into the rations, and they're really valuable, so we have to go find some sheep. There's some wolves nearby, there's like a jackal thing that you can kill as well. All of these animals are out and about in this really big and often like sparse world that feels really naked and weird.
So that's my problem, because you've put twice as much time into this as I have, and your base looks identical to mine, except for the fact that you have what appears to be a sexy nurse tendering Basil.
Yep.
I have all the same little desks. We don't even have buildings we haven't made like a custom like hospital hut. I've just got a hospital desk. So that stuff doesn't seem to be there. When you run around in the map to get to the jackals and the sheep and the waters, it's like run over a bunch of just empty desert to get to a watering hole, and then run back across the empty desert. There's nothing there.
Well, the only, like, the game begins when you get into the dust.
Don't you say that.
No, and that's where all the good stuff is. And it's so hard.
Refer to this video right here where we spoke about this earlier in the week.
That's like, all the good shit in the game is in the dust. Like, the hard part of the game is the dust.
Go to the dust right now.
We're gonna go to the dust right now, but this cutscene...
This way of delivering story, where it's just a series of Siri-read text messages, is awful.
Awful.
And boring, and... Like, you couldn't even be bothered making a bunch of new cutscenes. I've seen 2 proper cutscenes, and then that's it.
Well, here's a very important part of the game, harvesting our valuable potatoes.
Eat those potatoes.
Potato.
She works so hard, and she's like, what are you doing right now?
Well, every now and then she'll want to say something. So, Miranda...
Please, I want you to listen to what I have to say.
Okay.
You have the floor. Hang on, let me turn it up.
Can you hear her? Miranda, sweetie. You were saying? And that is Metal Gear Survive in a nutshell. It just doesn't make any sense! I mean, this is the world map, Nick, and I can tell you now that I've been to more places than these, like, poorly pixelated areas, but for some reason, it just doesn't keep them!
Can you fast travel to, like, the ruins?
Yeah, I can fast travel into the dust, so let's see what the dust is.
Yeah, let's go to the dust, baby, because I haven't been to the dust yet. I went to the dust, and the game went, you are not prepared for the dust. Yeah. And I was like, is it because I only have a rusty pipe? And apparently you have a rusty pipe for nearly the entire length of the game.
So now we're in the dust.
Cool.
The dust is basically like this huge, kind of feels underwater area.
It's like Arizona.
Yeah, and you can't breathe the air in here, so you have to wear an oxygen tank. When the oxygen tank only has, like, honestly, like 4 minutes worth of air in there.
Show me your face right now.
Yeah, right.
Why is the oxygen tank not plugged into your mouth?
Because I'm wearing the eye patch. Does that make sense to you, Nick? In the dust, the enemies are, like, randomly scattered around. And, and the majority of the game is you just spent running away from these creatures, because fighting them is costly on your stamina and your oxygen and all that shit, and you just don't need to fight anything.
And your patience.
Yeah.
Playing this game.
There is something very cool which you probably haven't seen yet, and there's a monster in the dust. Dun 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 dun. It's very strange.
Like a cool one?
It's super cool. But
is it really?
It's honestly the coolest thing about this game so far is the big monster in the dust. And when I say big monster, I mean like some bitch is huge.
Oh, can I pick another nit? The amount of time it takes to pick up Cuban energy from every fallen enemy.
Dude.
It's a 4-second button hold.
Yep.
And you need to do it to each individual enemy you've killed. When there's like when there's like 6 of them.
Yep.
Every single one needs to be picked up.
There is a dog.
Oh, fuck that dog up, mate.
I'm trying, but he's very nimble.
Do it.
Ah, you bastard. Bad boy. You know what? It's like, it's all good and well until you kill him, and you're like, I'm a monster. We'll drink some dirty water now. And maybe get diarrhea.
I spent the first 45 minutes of this game running around vomiting.
Yep.
And my character in the game did as well.
Because the game's that sick. I have no idea where I'm going. Where the hell are we supposed to go? There's a distress signal here. But this shit makes no sense. Wait, where is he? Here we go. So, Nikki, how much more of this game are you really going to play?
So here's the thing. Here's why I wanted to do this.
Yeah.
Because I thought it would be... Oh, Mars has got all this cool shit, and it's going to inspire me to keep playing and like get all the good stuff that Mars has, because I don't want Mars to be the only person who has it. And so far, all you have that I don't is an oxygen container that you don't put on your mouth, and a bow.
And which so I got by chance.
Which you got by chance. Which you got by playing a part of the game that currently I'm like, oh, I won't do multiplayer, I'll just do the single player stuff. I do want to keep playing though, because...
Because it's so exciting. There is a person around here apparently somewhere. The distress signal has been going off. This game gives you nothing, Nick. It doesn't tell you what's the best course of action. It just gives you the bare bones information, then it's like, work it out. But the journey of working it out is so painful that it is not that enjoyable of a gaming experience.
So, this distress signal, is it a beacon? Is it a person?
It makes no... Well, we weren't paying attention to the cussing, so we don't know. But the truth is, it's just this green area over there.
I'm going to find it. Give it in.
It's definitely this direction. There's loads of baddies up there.
Yeah, for sure. I see you.
Smack him. Oh, we're in the face.
I haven't died in the game yet.
I've died multiple times.
What happens when you actually die? Because it says the game will be over.
Well, the first thing it does is it does this really shoddy, like, homage to the old Metal Gear games.
To the old Snake!
Yeah, and it's like, and it's just your crappy AI guy going, Captain. Because they call you Captain. You're not a Captain. No one has ever addressed you by your rank up until that moment, and then they go, Captain, Captain, Captain.
This cool mother.
He's
oh god, wait!
You're gonna die any second now, and that's testament to how hard this game is. And if you're gonna find that person and have to carry them, and you know how hard that's gonna be to do because you're tired and surrounded by monsters? Hard. This game is unforgiving.
What is this?
Don't open the box!
Oh god!
No! No!
Oh no!
Escape the box! Wait. The way the box works. Do you know how this works?
No.
So you have to keep your orange bar inside that cone. If you don't, it goes. You remember the? No! Turn it! Turn it! Leave the box! No! They're gonna kill you! No, wait. He glitched.
Wait. He can't.
Okay, he got you. Kick his ass.
Mother.
Kick his ass. Kick his ass.
Take a shovel to the face. Take it down. Let me go back to this bar.
So the way the box works, if you screw up the box minigame.
You need to go through the whole thing to find a new zone?
Yeah, but it goes, if you screw up that little bit, it goes, and it makes like the most annoying sound.
Come on!
Oh, just listen to it. And you screwed it up, and now you just attract all the baddies. And you know what you're gonna get in there? A hat. A hat or a glove. Here they come!
No!
Get off it! Press cancel. You have to fight.
No, he's fine. He's fine.
No, you kill him. Cut his legs off. Cut his legs off in the face. Shovel him. Dig him an early grave. Collect his Cubans.
Oh, we don't have 12 minutes though.
You're dying of hunger, of thirst, and of lack of oxygen. As if
it's just like when I try to open a box in real life.
Do you want me to do it? I can do it. I've done this
I got it.
So just like
baby.
pulse it. Pulse it. Hold it. Steady. Faster.
Oh.
Just commit. Just finish it. Just finish it. It's so awkward. It's like that scene in Dumb and Dumber where in the car and he's like, do you want to hear the most annoying sound in the world? And it's this. It's a hat! I knew it! It's a fucking hat! Oh, fuck this game! Fuck it! It's just... Fuck it!
I'm gonna quit this shit out of that hat.
It's just a hat!
It's a recipe for a hat.
It's not even a hat, it's sub-hat.
Okay,
You're so gonna die now.
I missed that Cuban though. It's a lot. That's 1,000.
You know what? We need the Cubans, dude. We need the Cubans to replenish the oxygen.
Yeah. Oh, do you?
Yeah.
So is that how oxygen works?
Yeah.
You
so
use Cubans to also level up.
Fighting mechanics in this game is so dumb.
I can't lock onto anything, which is really shit. It feels as though, as a melee, primarily focused melee game.
Yeah. Oh, you're out of breath, dude.
Stop. Why am I even? Why do I look how dramatic that? Oh god! It's like he's a 4-year-old who doesn't want to go somewhere. No, I'm not gonna go. I'm not going to school. I'm not. Try to pick me up, Marv. Try to make me go to school.
You're going to school, Nick.
No.
Put on your trousers.
No. I'm limp.
You've got soccer practice.
No. I hate you!
In and amongst that time, we lost like 40 points of oxygen, and it's just all bad. Nick, how do I heal? That's right, the really complicated system of... Oh shit, I just threw a bottle of lure that's going to attract the monsters. For God's sake, game! It's so dumb!
We have to find what's here.
You're going to die. You've got 18% hunger before you're just going to pass out and turn into zombie food. They don't even
Here it
have
is.
mouths.
This is the thing. This is 100%
No, it's not.
the thing. Yeah, this box.
It's a wooden box full of wooden nails. Thanks, Metal Gear Survive. Go to the green.
What?
That's the
boats beating ceaselessly against the shore.
That's hope in that distance.
So what you're telling me is we have spent a bunch of time in the dust trying to find something that we never found.
This is it.
To open a box for 45 minutes that contained a recipe for a baseball cap.
This is it. it! This is what the game is!
And then you accidentally threw a lure bottle as opposed to, Do you have any food?
This is a place I've been to before. And there's a wormhole door here that leads me back to base, right there. You've got 8% oxygen.
I'm just thinking maybe we should just push it. Just edge it. Yeah, well, like you
7%
push yourself right to the edge, but then you stop. It's
like asphyxiation.
Yeah, but like the opposite.
Dude, I was
not like a sexy thing.
I was not gonna make it weird.
Okay.
But now it is 5%.
I'm just gonna.
We're gonna die.
We're just gonna pant a little bit. Okay.
It's very close.
It's good, baby. This makes me feel alive.
You have to hold X 1%, and now you have to go back to our base and hold X on that.
Oh, baby, we made it. Oh yeah. We are 100% done with playing this.
But like. How much progress did we make? What did we accomplish in that little excursion into the dust?
Well, Reeves learnt yoga. I'm going to continue. It's just sad to see that you have played twice as much as me, and to me, this is basically... The main difference is you have gone into the dust and I haven't.
And what's the best thing about this?
Got a baseball
cap.
And yeah,
it doesn't provide...
Put it on him. We'll have a look. See what it's like.
Good. Unequip.
More menus, please.
Oh, nice hat, dude. Was it worth it?
That's what we accomplished. Solid Snake turned into a dad.
No, he's Dad Snake. That was kind of worth it. At least the sun's not in my eyes anymore.
Metal Gear.
That was good.